Hi, this is Miss Mariah from the Allen County Public Library, and this is Art Education. Each month, I hold a program where we discuss artists, their techniques, and styles of painting. This month, we are discussing Pointillism. Typically, we would try to recreate a painting from an artist using this technique. But since Pointillism is quite meticulous and difficult, I'm actually going to give you a practice model so that you can work at it and see if Pointillism is a technique that you would like to venture into, or you could be more like me and say, it's not for me. We're going to start by just giving a basic description of Pointillism. Pointillism is a piece of art created by using tiny dots of color. You can also do drawings using Pointillism where you would vary the shades of your lead pencil. I am going to show you a model that I learned to use in high school. It gets you familiar with using dots. You will see that I have 3 circles. Each circle started with one color, orange, green, and purple. And you will see how I slowly faded to lighter shades of that color. My art teacher knew that Pointillism was not going to be something that every student was going to grasp quickly. So what he did for us was had us draw shapes, and that's what I would like for you to do. Just draw a circle. It could be a rectangle, triangle, whatever you're comfortable with. And then get, let's say, a green. And then go through your markers and then start getting lighter shades of that color. And you will just dot. And you'll see I just did a broad band of one color and then smaller bands until I got to the middle. And in the middle and off to the side, you will see that I've gotten lighter. This helps you understand that once you start a project using Pointillism, it is very meticulous and time consuming. So just keep that in mind. I was going to do a painting. I got into it and it like to have drove me mad. So I then remembered Mr. Fleming and how he suggested that this is how we should start. So just take your time and just dot. Now it can be kind of therapeutic because you're just dotting. But then also at some point you get to the time limit and you're just like, am I ever going to finish? So Pointillism is, and just straight out, not going to be for everybody. This is a program that I would like to come back to when we are able to meet face-to-face again at the library. Just kind of get an idea of how people are feeling about it. Maybe if we could bounce ideas off each other and just kind of work together, that would help with this technique. But just sitting at home and trying to wrap your brain around, how can I take all these dots of color and make them into something? When it comes to art, many of us, including myself, I like to see my image. Many of you know that I like the dark lines that separate my colors. So with this, it's verging on abstract, but you do have your images when you're done. So that is also the most amazing part about Pointillism. Up close, you see all these little tiny dots, but then you step back and you're like, oh, wow. And at the end of the video, I have put several examples of paintings. They're very interesting. All of them are very different. Also, I have given you a lot of information on different artists and how they worked to create using pointillism. Seurat is probably the most famous. That's the name that you'll typically hear if you're watching a TV show or something and they're talking about art and this technique comes up. He's the go-to artist. He's probably one of the most famous for it. But like I said, it doesn't have to be paint. My little model that you're seeing is marker. I really like using marker because of that fine tip painting. I was getting more splotches than I was dots. Pen and ink, that makes very interesting subjects when you're doing pointillism. There are a few artists, even in our area, that do portraits using pen and pointillism. So it's probably something that you want to check out. But like I said, this is not something that, oh, I've got an hour, I'm going to sit down and throw something together. This is not the technique for that. This technique requires a lot of time and patience, and you have to be completely committed to this. And like I said, I was not. It got to the point where I just left the painting setting out for 2 days, and I kept coming back to it, and I thought, I can't do this and do it properly to help you guys and to represent that artist like they deserve to be. So if you have any questions, I know this program is quite a bit shorter and we don't have the demonstration that goes along with it, and I apologize. Whole new world. But soon we, hopefully can be getting back together at the Allen County Public Library, and I promise we'll come back to this and see what we can't figure out, and maybe we can come up with our own project instead of trying to recreate maybe one of Seurat's. But like always, we miss you guys. We cannot wait for the Allen County Public Library to open back up, and especially for our programs. We miss our patrons. But be safe, be well, and be kind. And I will be talking to you guys again next month. Thank you for joining us.